Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's doubleheader between the SMSU Mustangs and the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears. We are live from the RA facility right here on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University. Concordia St. Paul, the Lady Golden Bears, come in with a record of 19-8 overall and 14-6 in the NSIC, sitting right now in third in the NSIC South. The Mustangs have had kind of a rough season so far, 4-20 overall, 2-18 in conference play, sitting right at the bottom of the NSIC South. So the Mustangs have their work cut out for them here tonight. Michael Sterling here with Matt Callahan, and Matt, the last time these two teams played, it was actually just a little under 2 weeks ago. The Mustangs that kind of got blown out up at Concordia. What are some of your keys to tonight's game, and what do you think will be different with tonight's game?
Well, they got a tall task this weekend, Michael. They got to play a really good Concordia team, and then they play the nationally ranked Minnesota State Mankato Mavericks. So the ladies have tall tasks here tonight against these type of teams. So now get to the keys to the games. 4 players to watch out for in this game. They're all in double figures. Anika Whiting, Rachel Hansen, Krista Wolonik, and Amisha Kearney. They're all in double figures. Whiting 17 points per game, Hansen 12 points per game, Wolonik 11 points per game, and Kearney with 10 points per game. You got to make sure that you're contesting their shots. It's tough. It's going to be a tough task for them, but they have to make sure that they're contesting every shot. They're going to get their points. Just limit them with their points and play good defense. My second key to the game, Michael, is they're very efficient in field goal defense. So this Concordia team will get after you and make sure that you don't get any good open shots. They are second in the conference in field goal percentage defense. And the Lady Mustangs just have to limit their turnovers. We've seen this time and time again. Turnovers hurt them in games when they're playing against top teams like this. In Concordia, you cannot turn the ball over on this team because last time they played, the Lady Mustangs played them, they had 18 turnovers. So they got to make sure they're limiting that and making sure that those turnovers don't come back to bite them, Michael. And those are the keys to the game. It's a tough task. They're 4-20. They want to try and get back on track here, finish out the season strong. I bet some of the seniors want to finish out the season strong because conference play is coming up. Hopefully they can get on a little bit of a run here, Michael.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at the opponent for tonight a little bit. Concordia St. Paul, the Golden Bears. They're receiving votes in the latest NCAA Division II poll with their 19-8 overall record. Concordia saw its 8-game winning streak snapped last weekend with a pair of upset road losses to Minnesota Crookston and Bemidji State, 2 teams that are sitting at the bottom of the NSIC North. The Golden Bears are 4-5 on the road, so that might be a good sign for tonight. The Golden Bears led by 6'2" junior forward Anika Whiting. She's averaging 16.9 points and 8 rebounds per game. She scored 19 points and grabbed 5 rebounds against the Mustangs 2 weeks ago in Concordia's 64-42 win. Rachel Hansen notched a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. And so Hansen might be another player to watch out for as well. Paul Fessler is in his 14th season as the head coach of Concordia St. Paul. He is a 3-time NSIC Coach of the Year, and he's 25-6 versus SMSU in his career. So all signs on paper seems to be pointing towards a Concordia victory, but the RA facility has traditionally been kind of a tough place to play, Matt, for opposing teams, and like we just mentioned, Concordia has had their struggles on the road, losing to 2 lesser teams on the road last weekend. So you never know what can happen if our Lady Mustangs come out playing their game. Anything could happen tonight.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, as we've seen. It happened in the men's team against a very lesser team in Upper Iowa, and they came out with high energy and beat them. So the Lady Mustangs could definitely come out with the upset here, Michael. We've seen them do it against Winona State. So look for that in this game. Look for Allison Nagel to get involved a lot. Ellen Degler, very efficient from the field goal percentage, and hopefully they can get it going here. Start off fast, and hopefully, end the season on a good note.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the series history between these two. The Golden Bears, they hold a 29-16 advantage in a series dating back to the 1974-75 season. The Mustangs have just 1 victory over Concordia since the 2004-2005 season, and that was back on December 10th, 2011. just 2 victories since the 2001-2002 season.
Good evening, ladies and
SMSU,
gentlemen,
they're
and welcome
8-10
to the
at home
RA
versus
facility on the
Concordia with their
campus of
last win
Southwest Minnesota
coming
State
on December
University,
10th,
the home of the
2011 by a
Mustangs.
score of 60-55.
Tonight's
So the
Northern
Mustangs,
Sun
like we said,
Intercollegiate
not a whole lot of
Conference
things
game
pointing
features
toward a Mustang
Concordia
victory
University
tonight.
Golden Bears
But the
and your
Mustangs
Southwest
have been
Minnesota
hungry for
State
a big
University
victory
Mustangs.
all season against a good team. They got
Let's give a
a
nice Southwest
win a few
welcome
weeks
to all
ago
the visitors
against
from
Winona
Concordia
State, against
University
a
in
good
St.
Winona
Paul,
State team.
Minnesota.
But
The
since
Golden
then,
Bears entered tonight's
they've
game
had a
with
couple
record of 19-8
upset victories.
overall,
But
14-6
the
in
Mustangs,
NSIC,
like we said,
while the
riding a
Mustangs are
5-game
4-20
losing streak, so they're going to have to find
2-18
some way
in
to
the NSIC.
put an end to that losing streak
Ladies
here,
and
Matt.
gentlemen, the NSIC and NCAA have designated this weekend a special one around the league.
Some more stats
It's
to
a slam dunk,
talk about the
don't try
Mustangs
dunk
finding
game
themselves
will
in the
take
bottom of the
place.
conference in a
SMSU
lot of
student
stats,
athlete
including
and
turnover
advisory
margin.
committee
Like Matt said,
will be
they
collecting
had struggles with their
signatures from
turnovers
fans
last time
pledging
against
that they will
Concordia
not
St.
try
Paul.
drunk.
14th in
The NSIC
offensive
school
and
that
defensive
collects
rebounding,
signatures will win a
13th in the
financial
conference in
contribution that will be
field goal
donated in the school's
defense
name
and
to the
three-point
Make-A-Wish
shooting.
program.
Shooting
Everyone who pledges will receive a
40.3%
bracelet
from the field goal range for
commemorating
8th in the
the
conference.
5-month-old son of
15th in
SMSU
the
men's
conference, only
basketball
averaging a
coach
little
Brad
over
Bigelow,
60 points
who
per
was
game.
killed by a
So
drunk driver 2
statistically,
summers ago.
Mustangs
But
not
for
a
student
not a
athletes
strong
in blue
team,
t-shirts in the
especially
stands
when
or
you
stop
match
by
up
the booth and pledge.
some of the stats
It's a slam
that
dunk.
Concordia
Don't
had,
drive
St.
drunk.
Paul has.
Thank you.
Second in the conference in field goal defense, first in the conference in
Fans, please
defensive
direct your
rebounding.
attention to the video boards for a
So
special
the Mustangs will have to
announcement
crash
from
the boards good if they want to
NSIC
find
by Mustang basketball
get
player
some second
Bree
chance
Holloman.
points with offensive rebounds.
The
And so
NCAA
now at
and
this
the
point, we're
NSIC
getting
encourage
ready
and
for the
promote
national
good
anthem. So we
sportsmanship
were
by
going to
student
step aside
athletes,
for
coaches,
1
and
minute,
spectators.
take a little break, and
We
when
ask
we
that
come
you
back,
cheer
we will
for your
have
team
starting
with
lineups
respectful
and tip-off for
people.
SMSU ladies
As
basketball.
Division
So
II
stay
student
tuned.
athletes,
You're watching
we
Mustang
fair
basketball
play,
right here on
responsibility, and
KSSU
respect.
TV.
We invite you to support.
Hey, Barrett!
Look, Timmy's in trouble again.
I told you to stay out of here! Come on, loser!
Your heart rate's a little fast.
Cause of death, acute myocardial infarction,
Have you tried a weight loss program?
likely caused by type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
Still smoking?
Victim's lungs are black and scarred.
You can get a physical exam now, or you can get one later. Use our free risk calculator and talk to your doctor. Lower your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease and live a healthier life.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? To serve people you've never met? What will you do when you hear your calling? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Hey, Barrett!
Look, Timmy's in trouble again.
I told you to stay out of here! Come on, loser!
Someone should do something. Oh, you never see that happen.
If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do at BeHumane.org.
They say America's the land of opportunity. But today, 1 out of every 6 children lives without enough. That's nearly 13 million of us living below the poverty line, struggling every day just to hang on. This is America. Together, we can do so much. Will you help? Go to povertyusa.org today.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to introduce the starting
When I
lineup.
was first
For
diagnosed with
Concordia St.
HIV.
Paul's Golden Bears, number 2, Amisha Carney, 5'9" guard, junior out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 11, Rachel Hansen, 6-foot guard, senior out of Eagan, Minnesota. Number 20, Carissa Wolonik, 5'11" guard, senior out of Minneapolis. Number 25, Kianda Nix, 6'2" forward, sophomore out of St. Paul. And number 40, Annika Whiting, 6'2", junior out of Ashland, Wisconsin. The Golden Bears coached by Paul Fessler in his 14th year, assisted by Kashine Alexander, Amanda Banky, and Deb Hyde. Now let's send it over to Matt Callahan, who has the SMSU starting lineup.
5'10", 5'10" sophomore out of five-time sophomore guard out of Roots, South Dakota, number 11, Michaela Sata. 5'8" senior guard out of Hancock, Minnesota, number 14, Bree Holloman. 5'9" senior out of Bancroft, Minnesota, guard number 23, Rebecca Rowling. And 6' senior forward out of Indianola, Iowa, number 25, Hannah Beeler. 6'3" senior forward out of Delano, Minnesota, number 45, Allison Nagel. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Allison Kruger in her 4th season. The assistant coaches, Abby Oakland, Claire DeWillis, and Micah Mims.
All right, thank you, Matt. Speaking of Coach Allison Kruger, she's in her 4th year as the head coach of SMSU women's basketball, owns a career record of 21 and 84. Prior to SMSU, Kruger spent 2 seasons as an assistant coach at Division I University of South Dakota and 4 years at Wayne State. So those are your starting lineups and coaches. Tonight's officials, referee Brad Siliuson out of Garrettson, South Dakota. Also helping him out, Ben Franson out of Fargo, North Dakota, and Seth Hansen out of Brookings, South Dakota. So that was for the starting lineups, the coaches, and the referees for tonight's Lady Mustang basketball game. And Matt, to the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears coming out in their dark navy blue unis. The Mustangs wearing their home whites, and both teams are breaking their huddle. Look like both teams are ready to come out and play.
Yeah, it looks like it. And again, in this game, Michael, look for both teams to really get after it quick. And the Golden Bears are looking to get on a bit of more of a win streak here, and the Lady Mustangs are looking to end the season strong. Hopefully, they can get it done tonight.
So it's going to be Nagel and Whiting jumping for the tip. And it's the Mustangs who get the first possession. Sadoff over to Holloman. Holloman to Nagel. Now Beeler with the ball. Beeler over to Holloman again. A bad pass. I don't think Holloman, she was coming right around that screen, wasn't looking for the ball. And so a quick turnover against Concordia St. Paul, who I believe you mentioned they had 18 turnovers in their last meeting.
Yeah, exactly. The Lady Mustangs cannot let that happen in this game tonight, Michael, because they will capitalize on it.
Hansen with the ball. Over to Nix. Nix kicks it out to Carney. Carney almost got the ball stripped from her. Goes up for the layup, and it's good. Concordia St. Paul with a quick 2-0 lead. Almost a pick 6 there. Again, the Mustangs have struggled making good decisions passing balls. Rolling takes a wild shot, but Beeler with the rebound. Gotta be hoping for a better shot than what Rolling just took. And now Rolling goes up again. Another wild shot by Rebecca Rolling, and I don't know if I was a fan of that possession right there.
Yeah, you can't throw it up like that. You got to take some good shots here because this Concordia St. Paul team is very good defensively.
Now shot put up, three-pointer is good by Wolonik. And Concordia St. Paul with a 5-0 lead, 18.5 minutes left in the first half. The Mustangs need to find something to get themselves going on offense. Holloman with the ball. Inside to Sothoff. Sothoff puts it up, banks it in. And the Mustangs on the board, 5-2. Now it's Hansen with the ball. Over to Wolonik. Wolonik again, this time no good. A rebound by Holloman. Sothoff gets the pass. Tried looking inside, but Mustangs working it around the perimeter. Holloman with the ball. Gets it inside to Rolling. Kicks it back out to Nagel. Nagel trying to drive baseline. Shot fake. Kind of a bad angle for that shot, and it's no good. Wolonik bringing it up for the Golden Bears. Inside to Whiting. She puts up a quick turnaround. No good, but Carney with the rebound. That no good as well. The Golden Bears blew a golden opportunity there, no pun intended. And it's still a 5-2 game, and a foul called. Offensive foul, so once again, another turnover by the Mustangs. Rebecca Rowling called for the foul.
And then again on that missed shot by Kearney there, the Lady Mustangs got to make sure that they're boxing out, so they don't get that easy of a shot. Luckily they missed it, but they got to start boxing their woman out.
Hansen inside to Whiting. Whiting puts it up and in. Annika Whiting with her first basket of the game, and the Golden Bears with the 7-2 lead. 16:43 left in the first half. Rolling over to Sothoff. Sothoff to Holloman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now rolling with the ball. She puts it up, and it's good. And they're going to say that's a 3. 7-5, a 2-point deficit for the Mustangs.
3-point field goal.
That's Hansen with the ball. Hansen gets it back from Nix. Now it's Carney putting up a deep 3. That one's no good. And a foul called. And it's going to be on Sothoff, who was holding Carney as Carney was trying to run in to get her own rebound. A big mistake by Sothoff, as it looked like Holloman was right there for the board.
Checking in for the Mustangs, number 21.
An unnecessary foul.
34, Vanessa Rush. 55.
Another factor too, Michael, is they can't foul a lot at the beginning here because it could cause turnovers and give the other team more chances to score.
Whiting with the ball. And she brings it back out in a little bit. Now gets it inside to Nix. Nix with a nice fake, goes up, no good. And a loose ball, and the Golden Bears recover as Nix puts it up again, and it's good. The Mustangs couldn't grab that loose ball, and it cost them 2 points.
Second chance points as well, Michael. You can't give them second chance points. They're going to capitalize on it.
And a foul called on Wolonik. Her first personal. First team foul on the Golden Bears. 15:38 left to go in the first half. Concordia with a 9-5 lead as Vanessa Rush gets the inbound pass. Rush over to Degler. Now to Watts. Watts drives baseline, pulls up with a shot. That one went way over the rim. Now back down the court go the Golden Bears as Hansen with the ball. Whiting over to Carney. Carney looking to make a move, drives, puts up a shot, no good, but a foul called. The third team foul on the Mustangs here this half. First foul on Jesse Watts, and now Amisha Carney is shooting some free throws. First one up and good, and now a 10-5 lead. Second one good as well. So an 11-5 lead for Concordia St. Paul. 15:02 left here in the first half. Rush pushing it up the court. Watts to Degler. Now over to Rush. Now to Degler again. Degler trying to drive in. Gets double teamed, but Degler gets the ball back. Over to Rush. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Vanessa Rush kind of with a fadeaway shot, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Golden Bears. So the Mustangs will get another opportunity, but not before the first media timeout. So 14:33 left. Concordia St. Paul with an 11-5 lead here in the first half. We're going to take a 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
At Southwest Minnesota State University, our students come first. It's a commitment you can see in our new Regional Events Center, Residence Hall, Student Center, and Science Lab renovation. We've invested over $80 million in the past decade for top-notch facilities. And we're not stopping there. Southwest Minnesota State University, it's where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota, where the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears hold an 11-5 lead over the SMSU Mustangs with 14 minutes 33 seconds left. And of course tonight, the big pledge tonight for it's a slam dunk, don't drive drunk, presented by a lot of the athletics people here at SMSU. 2 summers ago, summer of 2012, head men's basketball coach Brad Bigler, his son Drake, was killed in a drunk driving accident. So terrible tragedy there, and the Mustangs doing their best to honor that tonight as play resumes. Wolenick over to Whiting. Now Hanson with the ball. Hanson driving. She puts it up. Basket good, but the foul is before the shot.
Foul on number 34.
Foul on Anessa Rush, her first personal.
Team foul of the half.
We saw a good shot on the big screen of Coach Kruger roaming the sidelines. Kind of a passionate coach, to say the least. As Nix gets the ball on the inside. Shot no good. Chased down by Hanson. I believe that was Hanson. Now Carney with the ball. Wolenick back over to Carney. Now Carney puts up a 3 and it's good. I believe they're gonna switch that to a 2. No, they're gonna say it was a 3. 14-5. Rush with the handoff to Holloman. Now Dusky over to Watts. And Rush gets the ball back. The Mustangs need to really do a better job of moving without the ball, Matt. The players without the ball are just standing there.
Yeah, exactly, and they're taking some errant shots. Luckily, they got that ball right there, but then the travel, I mean, it's just kind of one thing happens and then another thing happens. You know, bad shots, second chance points, and bad fouls, and then a travel right there by Dusky. They got to calm down and set up their offense and make sure they're capitalizing on those turnovers that they just forced.
Well, it goes back to moving without the ball. Even if you don't have the ball, you got to stay active. You got to set screens. You got to be moving. You got to make basket cuts, do whatever it takes. As Nix, she puts up a shot. Again, no good, but another offensive board, and the basket goes in. And that was Rachel Hanson again. And quickly, Concordia St. Paul with a 16-5 lead. 12:45 left in the first half. Just getting a little out of hand early here, Matt.
Yep. Not moving, like you said, Michael. They're not moving the ball right there. That was, that was pretty good ball movement. They got to keep moving around offensively and locking up on defense. Make sure they're boxing out and don't give them easy shots like that.
Wolenick with a 3, and now it's a 19-5 lead. And even when they do get shots, though, Matt, they're not knocking them down. They're only 2 of 11 from the field tonight so far, so that's got to change in a hurry as well.
Whopping 18%.
There's a kind of a rainbow shot there. Looked like went high up in the air for Holloman, but it works. Works out.
Moves the field goal percentage back up to 25%.
And Carney with the drive, ball knocked out of bounds by the Mustangs. Some subs coming in. Beeler, Nagel, Sothoff, and Whitney Miller coming in for the Mustangs. Bo Harris and Shay Jones coming in for the Golden Bears. Jones to inbound the ball. Gets it to Wolenick. Jones gets the pass. Now it's Hanson with the ball. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hanson's going to have to do something. She pulls up for the shot. No good. Rebound by Nagel. Now it's Holloman bringing the ball up the court for the Mustangs. Nagel open for 3. No good. We've seen her knock down quite a few threes this season, Matt, but not that time.
Yeah, definitely not that time. And with the field goal percentage that low, they got to take better shots down low because, I mean, right now the 3-point field goal range isn't as good as 33% there.
Carissa, 25.
Jones on the other end fed it into Whiting. Didn't get the basket, but got the foul. And if I was Coach Fessler, I'd keep getting it into Whiting. See if I could get some of those Mustang defenders in some foul trouble. So Mustangs already with 5 team fouls here. Not even halfway through the first half. First free throw, no good. Again, Annika Whiting averaging 16.9 points per game this season, but only 2 points so far in the night tonight. Make that 3 as she makes the second free throw, and it's now a 20-7 Concordia St. Paul lead. And the Mustangs really have had trouble just getting out of the gate here tonight. Holloman pulls up for the 3, no good. Nothing but air. And I mean, we mentioned turnovers were a killer in the first game, and tonight it's not even as much the turnovers, only 3 so far, but it's just the poor shooting tonight.
I mean, it's on the offensive end and it's on the defensive end. 7 second chance points for the Concordia Golden Bears right here. I mean, the Mustangs have got to adjust to this.
And now Whiting gets another basket, and the Golden Bears, they've yet to turn the ball over, so they've been pretty efficient here on offense. And they now have a 15-point lead. Rebecca Rolling pulls up with the shot, and that's good. Becca Rolling with 5 points. She's been the bright spot for the Mustang offense so far. Back down to a 13-point deficit as Harris into Whiting. The Golden Bears moving the ball very well. Shot no good by Wolenik, but that was nice ball movement by Concordia St. Paul. Now it's Nagel putting up another 3. This one, again, no good. A rebound by the Golden Bears, and it's Hanson bringing it up. Less than 10 minutes left here in the first half now. Harris over to Jones. Jones tried to get a drive, but a foul called. Foul on Michaela Sodhoff.
Michaela Sodhoff for second personal foul. 16 foul in the half.
And now it'll be the under 10 media timeout. So with 9 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the first half, Concordia St. Paul has been in control the whole time. 22-9 lead for the Golden Bears, and we're going to take a quick 30-second break. Stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State will get you where you want to go. We're a university of 3,600 students with over 45 majors to choose from. Small student-to-faculty ratios let your professors get to know you. And with a grad placement rate over 95%, your degree will help you get a job in your chosen field. Becoming involved is easy. And with over $150 million in improvements the last 10 years, our facilities are state-of-the-art. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota, where Concordia St. Paul, they're holding a 22-9 lead over SMSU with 9 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the first half. And Matt, like we mentioned, so far it hasn't been pretty for the Mustangs. Poor shooting and just not able to get those shots down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at the field goal percentage, 14 of 16, 25% from the field. They got to get it going offensively, take better shots. Allison Nagel shot 2 threes there. She's usually accustomed of knocking them down, but the second one was a little too far range for her, and then as well as the other 3 too. So they got to take some better shots, and they got to be efficient, and defensively they need to box out because Concordia St. Paul has 7 second chance points here.
So it's Jones with the ball over to Harris. And back to Jones. Jones inside to Whiting. Now kicks it out to Carney. Carney kind of stumbled with the ball a bit. Now back inside to Nix. The Golden Bears moving the ball very well, and Carney again. Shot no good, but an offensive board. And a foul called. The Golden Bears out rebounding the Mustangs 14-8. 6 offensive rebounds.
Personal foul, 7th team foul.
Barely over halfway into the first half. And already the Golden Bears into the bonus, so they should be shooting a 1-and-1 here. And the referee's just realizing that. So Vo Harris, a 5'10 junior out of Osseo, Minnesota, she'll be shooting some free throws with a chance to get her first points of the night. First one no good. No harm on that possession. And Kianda Nix going to be called for an over-the-back foul. Only the second foul called on the Golden Bears this half. Coach Fessler arguing that there wasn't contact there, but obviously, Matt, the ref begged to differ.
Yeah, it looked like it was a tough call, really. You don't know if they hit the ball or the hand right there, but yeah, it was a really questionable call.
Dagler, dangerous skip pass to Kendra Snaza. We haven't really called her name a lot this year. Dagler kicks it back out to Rush. Rush puts it up. Again, a little bit too strong. And a foul on the inside. And I believe they're going to call that on the Golden Bears. That's on Amisha Carney. Her first personal.
13 foul from the half.
Delay of game now on the Mustangs. So I don't know what I saw the Mustangs having a little huddle there, but apparently the referee thought they were taking too much time. Rebecca Rolling putting up a quick shot, no good. Chased down by Jones. And the Golden Bears going back down the other side of the court. Nix with a big opening, her shot no good. And another over-the-back foul on Kianda Nix. Quickly 2 fouls on her. And Rachel Hansen checking in, and Nix, she's going to be sitting out for a while. You can see, obviously, Matt, we could see that Nix is pretty frustrated with those calls.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going up for those rebounds, basically, it seems like the refs are calling a little bit, just going up for that ball, and then there may be a hitting of hands or something like that because they're calling it here tonight.
Snaza put up a shot, no good, and it was knocked out of bounds, but it will stay with the Mustangs. Vanessa Rush going to be the one to inbound the ball, which is kind of a curious choice, having your the shortest player on the court inbounding it. You would think that you'd like to have a taller player inbounding it so they could see over a little bit more of the court. But I mean, Coach Kruger, obviously she knows more about coaching than I do. So we're going to try it again after the ball got knocked out of bounds. And this time a jump ball. And possession arrow goes to Concordia. So the Mustangs, another situation where they can't take advantage of an opportunity. Matt, it's been a frustrating game so far, to say the least, especially on offense for the Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the three-point field goal percentage for the Lady Mustangs, too. 1 of 7, 14%. It's almost like a couple weeks ago with the men's. They couldn't make their threes, but like Coach Bigler said, and especially Will Giddings, shoot with confidence.
And a close miss, but another offensive board. Vo Harris with the board that time, and the Mustangs, man, they need to certainly do a better job of boxing out, because that's already 8 offensive rebounds for the Golden Bears tonight. And Vo Harris going back to the line. She missed the front end of a 1-and-1 last time. 8 minutes, 6 seconds left. Concordia and SMSU have been stuck on 22-9 for the last few minutes now. But Vo Harris breaks that drought. And the last field goal for the Golden Bears and for the Mustangs was about 2.5 minutes ago each. The second free throw up and no good. Pretty much the only place Concordia has struggled shooting-wise has been from the free throw line here tonight. Rolling over to Snaza. Snaza, she puts up a 3. That one way off. And boy, the dismal three-point shooting for the Mustangs continues as Harris gets a nice pass and takes it in for an easy layup. 25-9 right now. Concordia St. Paul with the lead. Snozza this time trying to drive, and that shot, another shot that was just kind of a wild shot, but I believe that was knocked out of bounds. Jesse Watts, Bree Holloman, and Whitney Miller coming in for the Mustangs. And boy, Matt, I don't know what the Mustangs are going to have to do to get their offense going, but they've tried to bring in several different subs, and so far nothing's really been working.
Yeah, exactly. There hasn't been that one person to get a lot of shots here and make a lot of shots as well. I mean, they 19% from the field goal range, and again, that's going to drop it down again for the Lady Mustangs. But the Concordia Lady Bears are just they're fired up right now. They're making their shots. But yeah, like you said, they're out rebounding. I mean, the Lady Mustangs need to find an answer here quick.
25-9, Concordia St. Paul with the lead. 7:07 left in the first half. Whiting to Hansen, now over to Harris. And not the smartest pass right to Jesse Watts. And now Holloman looking inside to Beeler, and a foul inside as Beeler fell kind of hard right close to her face area. It looked like she put a hand out to break the fall. Annika Whiting called for her first personal foul. Holloman gets it into Nagel. Nagel yet to score here in this game. She's the leading scorer on the team. And that pass way too far, and Harris tried to save it from going out of bounds. She would have been better off just letting it go, but the Golden Bears get the ball back anyway. And Hansen wide open. And now Whiting, she gets the ball taken, but she gets it back. Now Wolenik, her shot no good. And Coach Paul Fessler looking for a timeout. Kind of a sloppy possession there by the Golden Bears, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. When you look at the Lady Mustangs as well, I mean, Michael, we've said it this whole broadcast. I mean, their shot selections have not been very good. I mean, they've had some good shots, but I mean, they're not shooting with confidence, it almost seems like. And, I mean, they're almost getting blown out of their own arena here. So they got to make a lot of adjustments here. They need to get on a little bit of a run to end the half because these Lady Golden Bears are really getting after it on offense and defense as well.
Well, like we said, Allison Nagel, the team's leading scorer at a little over 14 points per game. She is yet to score tonight. Bree Holloman, the second leading scorer, averaging 10 points per game. She only has 2 points so far, so the Mustangs really need to get some better contributions from their starters and their bench. 0 bench points so far for the Mustangs, although Concordia St. Paul has only 3. So the starters doing a lot of damage for both teams. As Watts gets it inside. Nice reverse layup by Whitney Miller. It's nice to see her out there on the court as she's had trouble with some ACL injuries the last few seasons, but this year she's stayed somewhat healthy. Holloman bringing the ball up court after another turnover. Kind of a wild shot, but a foul called. Carissa Wolenik called for the foul, her second personal.
Her second personal foul, 16 fouls and a half. Bree Holloman at the line, shooting 2.
So Bree Holloman going to the line for the Mustangs. First free throw, no good. And Matt, we talked parts of the season how much Holloman has struggled from the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely, and one of them was to win a game as well, which Bree struggled with. I mean, there's a lot of bright spots to her game, but the free throw percentage, I think she really wants to improve on that.
She makes the second one, though, to make it a 25-12 game. .5:34 left to go here in the first half. Mustangs trail by 13 as Hansen with the drive. She gets the basket, but I believe they're going to call a charge. So wipe that basket off.
Bear foul on number 11, Rachel Hansen.
Rachel Hansen with her first personal.
Team foul of the half.
7th team foul of the half. So now the Mustangs have a chance to maybe get on a little bit of a roll here. Nagel putting up a 3, and no good. Nagel 0 for 3 from three-pointers tonight, and I would think that Coach Kruger would want her to try to get the ball inside and get some easier looks. And a foul called on the drive by Vo Harris. So Harris, once again, she'll be going to the line with a foul on Whitney Miller.
19 foul of the half. Denisha Harris at the line.
5:07 left to go in the first half, but Matt, this is kind of what we've seen from three-point range is the Mustangs struggling, only this time it's the Lady Mustangs, not the men.
Yep, you're exactly right, Michael. And I mean, 5 of 24 from field goal range, just updating you on the field goal percentage here. But I mean, the Lady Mustangs have they gotten a little bit on the roll here coming out of the timeout, but again, they can't be fouling a lot because they have now 9 team fouls for them. So the Lady Mustangs need to get some better shots, lock up on defense. I mean, easier said than done, but they got to make adjustments.
Jody Batesel now in the game for Whiting for Concordia. And a foul, a moving screen on Hannah Beeler. That's her first personal.
Number 25, Hannah Beeler, her first
and yet another turnover. It's 6 turnovers by the Mustangs. And now it's the under 5 media timeout. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left. Concordia St. Paul with a 27-12 lead. We're going to take a 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State University, where private school atmosphere meets public school cost. Programs like culinology, agronomy, and environmental science set the standard nationwide, where grad placement rates are over 97%. And the school invests in you, putting over $80 million back into the university. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University, where Concordia St. Paul has pretty much been manhandling, or should I say woman handling, the Lady Mustangs all game, 27-12, with 4 minutes, 56 seconds left. And Matt, we've been talking about the field goal shooting struggles for the Mustangs pretty much all game, but it just can't be said enough. You're shooting 20% from the field, you're not going to win a whole lot of games.
You're exactly right, Michael. I mean, their last, their last time they got a made shot was like back in, like 7 minutes or 6 minutes within the half here. I mean, they got to start making their shots because, I mean, they're not going to catch up if they can't obviously take some good shots and be smart with the ball as well. They've had 6 turnovers here in the first half.
The 6:03 mark was the Mustangs' last basket. Last basket for Concordia St. Paul before that was the 7:43 mark, but they've gotten some points off of free throws as well. But that basket extends the lead to 17. As that was Ashley Knight with the basket. Now a foul called. Now both teams in the bonus, as that was Vo Harris with the foul. Michaela Sothoff shooting a 1-and-1.
Everybody board. Let's go, Todd. Shooter and pitch. Who's got what?
First free throw is good.
Michaela upping her percentage at 56% from the free throw line. Hopefully she can make this one here.
Sothoff averaging about 5.5 points per game. And now she's already at 4. But the Mustangs still trail by 15 with 4.5 left to go in the first half. Hansen over to Harris.
Help her!
Now Carney with the ball.
Cut.
Hansen to Batesel. Back to Hansen. 9 seconds on the shot clock, and Hansen trying to drive, puts up a shot, and it rolls off the rim and in. 31-14, the Golden Bears with the lead. Now 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Rolling, trying to drive for the basket, puts it up short, chased down by Dusky, and now it's Nagel with the shot, and that's good. Allison Nagel with more than 16 minutes into the first half gets her first basket. Carney with the ball over to Knight. Now back to Carney, who's open for three, and that's good. And yeah, you're not going to want to leave her that wide open because she's going to knock those shots down more often than not. Amisha Carney with 10 points on the night. Sothoff looking to get it inside to Dusky. Now Dusky kicks it out. Rolling with the three, that one's no good. And the shooting struggles continue for the Mustangs. Now Hanson over to Harris. Inside to Knight, but a bad pass, but somehow Batesel ends up with it and another basket. Jody Batesel gets on the box score now with her first basket. And a 20-point lead for the Golden Bears. 2:35 left here in the first half. Now it's Holloman. Puts up a deep. They're going to call that a two. We're back down to an 18-point game for Holloman, who has 5 points now in the night.
Strong passes. Rachel, don't go away. Good move.
Hanson with the ball. Now to Batesel, back to Hanson. She puts up a three. That one's no good. Rebound by Dusky. Less than 2 minutes left here in the first half. Now Sothoff puts it up, another wild shot. Man, somehow the Mustangs get the loose ball back. But boy, Matt, the Mustangs really need to work on their shot selection here.
Yeah, we've seen unwarranted shots, Michael, and they got to pass the ball around, find the open girl, and they're right there. See, that is a perfect example. They can pass the ball around, find the open girl, and they can knock down the shot.
And a perfect example right there, Matt. And the deficit cut back down to 16. Minute 22 left here in the first half. But the Mustangs still have a lot of work to do. Carney pulls back with another three, and it's good. Amisha Carney having a monster night with 13 points. Now on the game, back up to a 19-point lead for the Golden Bears. Now a minute left here in the first half. Sothoff with the ball. Now it's Holland trying to drive, but passes it to Nagel instead. Now it's Nagel trying to drive, making a move. Goes up for the shot, and it rolls out. Rebound by Batesel. Nagel having a tough night. Again, only 2 points here with a half a minute left here in the first half.
This two.
And Hanson just working some time off the clock. Hanson with a nice pass inside. The shot is good. Jody Batesel again. The Mustangs have 13 seconds now. Holloman with a nice pass fake. Over to Dusky, now inside to Nagel, but the pass too hot to handle. It's the 7th turnover of the game for the Mustangs. And the Golden Bears have 5.8 seconds. As Hanson pushing it up the court. She's got to let it fly, puts it up. The shot way too hard and off the backboard, but not that the Golden Bears really needed any extra points as they enter halftime with a 41-20 lead. And the Mustangs really just couldn't get anything going on offense. And so we will take a little bit of a break for halftime. But when we come back, we will wrap up with the first half stats and bring you second half action. So stay tuned. You are watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV. Welcome back to the RA facility here at halftime. It's the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears leading the SMSU Lady Mustangs 41-20. And Michael Sterling with Matt Callahan here. And Matt, needless to say, it wasn't a very pretty half for the Mustangs. Why don't you take a look and tell us about some of the stats that you thought were pretty big in the first half.
Well, first and foremost, you got to look at the Lady Mustangs and their field goal percentage, 8 of 31. They're taking shots that are unnecessary. I mean, a lot of contested shots, and there are a couple blocks by the Lady Golden Bears. So, I mean, the Mustangs got to find better ways to get the ball, move the ball around as well. It was a little stagnant when they are on offense sometimes, so they got to move the ball around, limit the turnovers. They're at about 7 turnovers right now, and just be more efficient. I mean, from three-point range as well. I mean, they're 1 of 10. A lot of unnecessary threes. They got to move the ball around, find the open girl, and knock the shot down. And look at the rebounds as well, 22-18. The Concordia St. Paul is up big in that department. I mean, not really big, but 22 rebounds. They're out-rebounding the Lady Mustangs. They got to box out a lot. We've seen in this game the Lady Mustangs have gotten a little sleepy on defense sometimes. They haven't been boxing out. They haven't been contesting shots. It looks like they're using a 2-3 zone, and the 2-3 zone isn't, going as well for them as they thought. Maybe they might switch to man-to-man, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do here in the second half. They got to do a lot of adjustments and try and get back in this game.
Yeah, the Golden Bears in control of a lot of stats, but points off turnovers, second chance points in the paint, and points off the bench. They've have the advantage in all of those over SMSU. So the Mustangs certainly had a lot to adjust to going into halftime. We'll see how well they did and what advice Coach Kruger gave them, as the Mustangs will have the ball to start out the second half. It's Nagel over to Holloman. Holloman with a shot fake. Rebecca rolling now with the ball. Makes a nice spin move, goes up, shot no good, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Nagel. So it'll go to the Golden Bears. Now it's Hanson bringing it up for Concordia. Now Wolenick getting a nice screen, puts it up, no good. Chased down by Nagel. Now Holloman pushing it up to Sodhoff. Sodhoff to Beeler. Now Nagel puts up a mid-range two. That's no good. And the shooting struggles continue for the Mustangs. And a foul called on Hannah Beeler.
25, Hannah Beeler, her second personal foul, first team foul of the half.
Second personal foul for Beeler. First team foul of the half. Carney with the ball. Now over to Nix. A skip pass back over to Carney. Carney now over to Whiting. Whiting puts it up. That one's no good. Whiting kind of having a little bit of a slow night. Only 5 points in the first half. Again, the Mustangs not really doing anything without the ball. Move, do something, set a screen. And Beeler, another shot that gets taken away. I don't even know if you could even call that a shot. But another foul on Beeler for her third personal, and Degler is coming in for Beeler. And so far, Matt, it's the same story as the first half. Just some bad shots, and they're just not going in.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like there's a lid on the hoop right there, Michael. I mean, the Lady Mustangs cannot make any of their shots right now.
Wolenick left wide open, and it's the first basket of the second half for the Golden Bears. We're now up 23, almost 2 minutes into the second half. Holloman to Nagel. Now Degler with the ball. Degler yet to score a basket. Holloman trying to make a move. Pass to Degler. A few players stumbling over Holloman. Shot no good by Degler. And the ball out of bounds will go to Concordia. So even with a wide open look, the Mustangs have struggled on knocking shots down here.
Yeah, and Ellen Degler is one of those types of shooters where you can rely on her on that jump shot there. I mean, it's really unlikely for her to miss that jump shot.
Again, Degler averaging nearly 8.5 points per game, but none so far tonight. A nice steal there by Rebecca Rowling. And Rebecca Rowling going up, shot no good, but she gets fouled. She's been one of the few bright spots on offense tonight, and it's not the best sign when your bright spot has only 5 points on the game.
Her third personal foul, first team foul of the half.
But Rebecca Rowling,
at the line, shooting 2.
senior, transferred here last year out of Iowa Central Community College along with Allison Nagel. And that first free throw goes in. And now Bo Harris is going to come back in for the Golden Bears. Carissa Wolenick going to take a little bit of a breather. Second free throw for Rowling is good, and now Rebecca Rowling with 7 points to lead the team. Hanson with the ball. Now Carney over to Nix. And Harris tried to get it in. Dangerous pass, and it's taken away by the Mustangs. And Holloman pushing it up the court. She goes up, the shot no good. Another wild shot, Matt, that might be a little ill-advised.
Almost looked like Bree took it coast to coast right there, and sometimes you got to make sure that you have open ladies down on the floor there. She's got to look out for that.
Now it's Sadoff bringing the ball up, and another wild shot. I don't know what Coach Kruger has to do, but we're seeing way too many forced shots here by the Mustangs. They need to slow down, get some plays set up, and get their offense going. Carney with the ball. Now to Whiting. Whiting puts it up. That one's good, and that's a 3. 24-point lead for the Golden Bears, 46-22. 16 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the game. Degler with the ball. See if she tries working on the inside. She does. Nice moves, but again, the shot doesn't fall. Degler still with no baskets. Now Whiting on the other end. Her shot no good, but she got fouled. We'll see who they get for the foul. They're going to get Michaela Sotoff.
Mustang foul on number 11, Michaela Sotoff.
That's Sotoff's third personal foul. And now Annika Whiting going to the line. First free throw, no good. Vanessa Rush, Emily Dusky, and Jesse Watts coming in for the Mustangs. Like we said, Matt, pretty much the only place that the Golden Bears haven't really done a good job shooting is at the free throw line, only 60% so far. And that's not going to help their percentage as Whiting goes 0 for 2 from the line on that trip.
And again, they might be up by a lot right now, Michael, but sometimes those free throws that you miss could come back to haunt you.
Absolutely. Now it's Holloman putting up a deep 3, and it's good. And maybe that's the spark that the Mustangs need. Cuts it back down to a 21-point deficit. Holloman now with 8 points on the game. We'll see if the Mustangs can make some stops here on defense. As Carney driving baseline, her shot goes off the side of the backboard. Chased down, and now a foul called. It's going to be called on Keonda Nix. And that's her third personal. Since those 2 over-the-back fouls, midway through the first half, Nix has done a good job of staying out of foul trouble before that last foul. Now she's going to come back and take a breather. Asha Knight subbed in for her. The Mustangs have a chance to cut into this deficit even more. Now Watts goes up with the shot, no good, but another foul called. And it's on Bo Harris.
Number 12, Anisha Harris. Harris, her second personal.
That's her
foul,
second
third
personal.
foul
Where's your
of
red
the half.
call? Let's go.
Jesse Watts at the line, shooting 2.
Coach Fassler giving his team some advice on defense. That first free throw good for Watts.
Jesse is 85% from the line. I mean, she's not really a point scorer, but she's a very good role player off the bench.
And the second one good as well, so Jesse Watts with 2 points. Yeah, Watts is kind of a good player, as you mentioned, coming off the bench. She's a very intense player on defense. And right now, a defensive stop is what the Mustangs could really use. As Watts is guarding Whiting. Now Carney with the ball. Knight back over to Carney. Now inside, nice steal by Jesse Watts, and that's exactly what we were talking about. She found her way around Whiting, was able to intercept that pass.
Again, we talked to Coach Bigler today for the game plan against Concordia, and he said, you know, sometimes turnovers is like almost like interceptions in football. Interceptions lead to touchdowns, so hopefully the Lady Mustangs can capitalize here.
Dusky, her shot no good though, and ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Mustangs. Can't quite take advantage on offense, and that's going to lead to the under 15 media timeout. So with 14 minutes, 18 seconds left, Concordia St. Paul with a 46-27 lead. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
In today's economy, you want a degree from an affordable college that leads to a well-paying job. At Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall, that's what you'll receive. In-state tuition for all. A private school feel at a public school price. Our grad placement rate is over 95%, and you'll attend one of the finest universities in the Midwest. A challenging yet nurturing academic environment and value for your academic dollar are what you'll receive at Southwest Minnesota State, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RF facility right here on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University, where the Mustangs are trailing by 19, 46-27 to Concordia St. Paul. And that, so far, the second half hasn't really been a whole lot better than the first half was.
Yeah, definitely, Michael. And again, the field goal percentage, ill-advised shots. I mean, on those 2 possessions down there on the left side of the court there with Bree Hallum and Michaela Sadoff, kind of threw up a bunch of contested shots, and they went, off the backboard, didn't even touch rim. So Lady Mustangs, again, got to take some better shots and move the ball around. They just, right now it's almost like they're in panic mode, but they got to settle down, pass the ball around, get it going offensively and defensively as well.
Still a lot can happen with the 14 minutes left, but the Mustangs got to buckle down and get their game plan straight. Hansen with the ball. Now over to Carney. As you see, the Golden Bears doing a good job setting nice ball screens. Now a nice offensive rebound by Carney. She goes up, no good, but a foul. A foul on Jesse Watts. Her second personal. And Amisha Carney going back to the line, the leading scorer for the Golden Bears tonight with 13 points. She's nailed a few big 3-point field goals early on in the first half.
And she's averaging 10 points per game, Michael. I mean, again, with these, it's almost like a four-headed monster with these Lady Golden Bears. I mean, 4 players in double figures, especially with Whiting, Hansen, Wallenick, and Kearney. And Kearney's got the most points here tonight because it's almost like they switch off every game who's got the most points.
But 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and again, the Golden Bears now shooting under 50% from the free throw line tonight. And boy, come conference tournament time, NCAA tournament time, however far they make it, they keep shooting free throws like this, it's really going to cost them at some point. Dagler gets it inside to Dusky, and I don't know what she took her head away to look at, but she wasn't really looking at the ball when it passed through. Another mental mistake by the Mustangs. And now a mental mistake by the Golden Bears is a bad pass, and then, oh boy. The Mustangs just can't seem to get out of their own way. Because again, Watts not really looking for the ball until it was too late. And so a frustrating few possessions for SMSU. 13:20 left here in the game. Still a 19-point lead for the Golden Bears. Wolonik with the ball. Now over to Jones. And back to Wolonik. Now the ball goes inside. The shot way too hard, but Whiting with the rebound. And a foul called. And they're going to get Emily Dusky for the foul.
Mustang foul on number 40, Emily Dusky.
And that's her first personal.
Team foul of the half.
Already 5 team fouls called on the Mustangs. Barely over 7 minutes into the second half. The Mustangs have had some trouble with fouls tonight as Whiting goes up for the shot, no good. Degler with the ball, with the rebound. Monica Whiting has kind of had some struggles from the field at times tonight too. A dangerous pass there. Watts with the ball now out to Dusky. Now Vanessa Rush inside to Degler. Now a reach-in foul. So we'll see who they get for the foul. That's Rachel Hansen. Her second personal. Whitney Miller and Allison Nagel coming back in for the Mustangs. Keonda Nix coming back in for the Golden Bears. Monica Whiting going to take another breather.
45, Allison Nagel.
Watts gets the inbound pass, puts him a mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound by Jones. Jones looking inside, gets it to Knight. Another dangerous pass there, but the Golden Bears are able to keep possession. Now it's Hansen with the ball. Hansen over to Wolonik. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Wolonik inside to Nix. She puts it up, no good. An offensive rebound, but the Golden Bears got to hurry and they get the basket in. That was Shay Jones.
Here we go, another stop.
Now the lead back up to 21 points for the Golden Bears. And Matt, again, the Golden Bears really crashing those boards. 11 offensive rebounds now.
Yeah. Yep, 11 offensive rebounds, 34 to 25. The Golden Bears have the advantage against the Lady Mustangs. Again, Lady Mustangs are just struggling to shoot the ball. I mean, shoot the ball. They cannot make their shots. 22% from field goal range. We can't stress that enough. And then 2 of 11 from three-point range. The shots are just not falling right now, and you know, they gotta get it going quick. I mean, anything can happen. And then you look at the points in the paint. Just on that last possession, when Jones made that nice easy shot right there. I mean, they gotta box out. They gotta start playing some better defense and better offense.
When we talked about the Mustangs, some of their struggles statistically, 15th in the conference in scoring offense, just barely over 60 points, and they'll be lucky if they reach that mark tonight, the way they've been shooting. Only 8th in the conference in field goal shooting, which isn't terrible but isn't great. But 3-point field goals, they're 13th in the conference at 31%. So offensively, at least statistically, it hasn't been the best season for the Mustangs. Concordia not a team that scores a lot either. 68, averaging over 68 points. Good for 12th in the conference, but you know, when you hold a team through to 27 points through the first 3/4 of the game, I'd say you're usually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, definitely in pretty good shape, and I mean they're contesting almost like every shot the Lady Mustangs take, and then you know the Lady Mustangs obviously miss some open shots as well. They could be really in this game if they made those open shots, but they're just not falling right now.
Coach Fessler telling his team to jump to the ball on defense, try to deny some of those passing lanes. Nagel over to Miller. Now to Holloman. 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Mustangs. Holloman driving, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by Nagel. Now Nagel goes up, her shot good. Only the second basket of the game for Nagel. only with 4 points. Wolenick over to Hansen. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the game. Nix inside to Knight. Knight with the shot, and it's good. Ashlyn Knight now with 4 points. Concordia, 22 points in the paint to SMSU's 8. As we mentioned, Matt, the Golden Bears have really dominated in most of the statistical categories here tonight.
I mean, and again, you know, you can't really blame the Lady Mustangs too. Concordia, St. Paul, Lady Golden Bears are a good team. Don't forget that. I mean, they've came out here and they've shown why they're tops in their division almost. So Lady Mustangs are just kind of really cold shooting the ball, and then defensively just having a tough time covering them.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Concordia St. Paul did receive votes in this last NCAA Division II poll, and tomorrow they'll be playing Minnesota State, who's also ranked, so it doesn't get any easier tomorrow night as Nagel gets yet another basket, and she's quickly kind of starting to heat up. 50-31, the Golden Bears with the lead. 10:21 left in the game as a bumping foul going to be called on Rolling. That's her second personal, the 6th team foul on the Mustangs.
Number 23, Becca Rolling, the second personal foul, 15 foul of the half.
Shay Jones going to inbound it. Nice pass inside to Wolenick. Her shot no good, but nobody there to box her out. Now it's Jones with the ball. She puts up a shot, and that's good. Shay Jones with 4 points on the game. Back up to a 21-point lead for Concordia. Rolling with the ball, now a foul called on Shay Jones. That's her first personal. And now that'll be the under 10 media timeout, so it's 9:59 left to go here in the game. Concordia St. Paul with a 52-31 lead. We're going to take a 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
At Southwest Minnesota State University, our students come first. It's a commitment you can see in our new Regional Events Center, Residence Hall, Student Center, and Science Lab renovation. We've invested over $80 million in the past decade for top-notch facilities, and we're not stopping there. Southwest Minnesota State University, it's where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here in Marshall, Minnesota, where the Mustangs, it's been pretty much the same story all game. Poor shooting and some bad mistakes on offense, and they find themselves down 52-31 with 9 minutes, 59 seconds left to go in the game. And Matt, like we said, it hasn't by any means been a pretty game for the Mustangs, but technically they still have a shot to win, but they pretty much almost have to play a perfect game from here on out.
Yeah, definitely. They have to get going, like we said, offensively, and like you said, I mean, it's got to start now. If it's not going to, with 6 minutes left, it's almost, it would have to be a miracle if it was like under 6 minutes or 4 minutes, but 9 minutes, it has to start going now. Just a little, you need the spark plug. You need somebody to get going offensively.
Degler's shot no good. And Degler still with no points. And again, she averages 8.5 on the season. Now a foul away from the ball. I believe they're going to get Michaela. No, they're going to be called on Degler.
Ellen Degler, her third personal foul, 16th foul of the half.
And so now the Golden Bears in the bonus. And it's Keonda Nix shooting a 1-and-1. But again, the Golden Bears shooting 46% from the free throw line. And that'll up the percentage a little bit to 50%, but still, if you're Coach Fessler, you want your team to be shooting better from the free throw line, especially at this point in the season. Second free throw good. Keonda Nix with 4 points now in the game. And a 23-point lead, 54-31. Another dangerous pass by the Mustangs. Snaza with the ball. Pass to Degler. Degler puts up a shot. Again, no good. Degler really struggling from the field tonight. Has had a few good looks, but hasn't been able to get him to go in. A wild shot by Jones, but it's no good. And Beeler comes up with the loose ball. Holloman looking to set something up for the Mustangs. Holloman trying to drive, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Whiting, and now a foul. Coach Fessler didn't like seeing one of his post players dribbling the ball. Trying to dribble it out of that pressure. But I guess it kind of worked out for him because Whiting is going to be going to the free throw line after that foul.
Again, fouls for the Lady Mustangs too. 18 fouls. Can be fouling if you're going to try and make a comeback here.
Whiting struggled from the free throw line though, but Nix was there for the offensive board. Now Wolonik putting up a three. That one was off. Degler with the rebound. And the Mustangs going back the other way. And a bad pass by Holloman, but somehow the Mustangs keep it. But a traveling violation by Snaza. Oh boy, if it's not one thing, it's another. They save themselves from the bad pass, but then they give it away 5 seconds later. Just hasn't been a good night for the Lady Mustangs here, Matt.
Yeah, definitely not. And as you see, they're trying to press them here to try and get the ball back, but the Lady Golden Bears are doing a good job of breaking that press and getting set up offensively.
Absolutely. They easily broke that press. A nice job of getting in the passing lane by rolling, and a turnover by the Golden Bears. And now it's Nagel. Again, you want to get it to one of your guards. You don't want your post player trying to dribble out of pressure. Degler looking to post up. She gets the pass. Now a pass to Snaza. She has to kick it back out. Holloman puts up a three. No good. And still, the struggles continue for the Mustangs now. 2 of 12 from three-point field goals, 16.7%. And that's not going to get the job done. 7:43 left to go in the game. Whiting with the ball. She's driving and she gets fouled. And Whiting will go back to the free throw line. Foul on Ellen Degler. Annika Whiting, though, is only a 1 of 5 from the free throw line, so she's had some of her struggles from the line tonight as well. And as a team, the Golden Bears only shooting 50%.
Exactly. Annika Whiting is a 90% free throw shooter. I don't know what's going on tonight with her, with only being 2 of 6 now. But yeah, the Golden Bears have to definitely clean that up and make sure they're making their free throws, because like you said, when the tournament season comes around, you got to be making them.
Whiting had a chance to get in double digits in scoring there, but now stuck on 9 points after that miss. Rolling over to Dusky, now to Rush. Now it's Sothoff with the ball. Sothoff with the drive, ball gets knocked out. They're actually going to call a foul on Rachel Hansen. And so Michaela Sothoff going to shoot a 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus. Michaela Sothoff, Matt, who we've really seen kind of come into her own on offense here this second half of the year. Now at 5 points on the game. But she's come up big in some pretty important games recently.
Yeah, she has. I mean, she can score and she can dish the assists. I mean, on the season, she has 112 assists. I mean, she can, in the second half especially, she's been making her shots and she's been dishing the ball to a lot of people as well.
Down to a 22-point deficit and a traveling violation by Hansen. And Coach Fessler not happy, telling Wolonik to come in for Hansen. Actually, it's going to be Nix who's going to be coming out.
Let's go.
So it's Rebecca Rolling inbounding it to Anessa Rush. 7:13 left. The Mustangs down 22. They need to get their work done, and maybe that'll help out. Back down to a 20-point lead. Anessa Rush, her first basket of the game. But again, the Golden Bears passing out of that pressure. Now it's Whiting. Whiting out to Carney. Now Carney driving, putting it up. No good. Rebound by Rolling. A nice decision by Rolling to slow it down as she wasn't, the numbers weren't in her favor. Vanessa Rush pulls back for another shot, no good. Rebound by Hansen. 6.5 left. Golden Bears still up 20. Carney with the ball. Over to Hansen. I'm sure the Golden Bears from here on out won't be in too big of a hurry to try to get a shot up. Now it's Wolonik with the three. That's no good. Coach Fessler tossing up his water bottle in disgust there. I mean, not that he really has a lot to be disgusted about. I mean, his team, they're up 18 now. But like you said, Matt, you never know. Just because you're up big, some mistakes can lead to a possible comeback by the Mustangs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen Bobby Knight throw out a chair, but throw up a water bottle, man. That went out pretty far too, Michael.
Yeah. Be careful you don't drop that thing. There'll be a 10-minute delay to try to clean it up, and a foul and a basket for Rachel Hansen.
Basket by Rachel Hansen.
And the foul on Anessa Rush, her second personal.
34, Anessa Rush, her second personal foul.
And so the Golden Bears will be in the double bonus the rest of the game. As Whitney Miller coming in for the Mustangs, Keonda Nix are coming in with the Golden Bears.
Whitney Miller, Hansen at the line, shooting one.
Rachel Hansen, one of two seniors listed on the roster. She has 6 points on the night. And it'll stay at 6 as the free throw shooting struggles continue for the Golden Bears. 9 of 19. That's certainly not what you want to see if you're Coach Paul Fessler. Nice cut by Anessa Rush, but her shot again, no good. And Coach Kruger furious on the far end of the court, probably looking for a contact foul on that shot. Now it's Hansen on the other end, bringing it in, and she gets the layup to go in. Back up to a 22-point lead for Concordia St. Paul. 5:03 left in the game. Nagel to Sodhoff. Gets it inside to Miller. Miller puts it up. Nice block. And now Hansen bringing it up. Pass goes inside to Whiting. Her shot up, no good, but a foul called. That foul on Emily Dusky. That's her second personal. And before Whiting goes to the free throw line, we will have the under 5 media timeout. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. Concordia St. Paul with a 59-37 lead. We're going to take a 30-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
Southwest Minnesota State will get you where you want to go. We're a university of 3,600 students with over 45 majors to choose from. Small student-to-faculty ratios let your professors get to know you. And with a grad placement rate over 95%, your degree will help you get a job in your chosen field. Becoming involved is easy. And with over $150 million in improvements the last 10 years, our facilities are state-of-the-art. Southwest Minnesota State University, where you belong.
Welcome back to the RA facility here on the campus of Southwest Minnesota State University, where Concordia St. Paul holds a 59-37 lead over SMSU with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left. And Matt, you hate to say that it's quite over at this point, but the Mustangs, like we mentioned before, if they didn't need to play perfect before, they definitely need to be perfect from here on out if they want even a chance to make a comeback.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at it, I mean, it's almost like they'd have to make every shot to even get back in this. I mean, it's almost, if they wanted to get on a run, it might be just too little too late again. But, I mean, the key difference in this game right now, Michael, I'd say, is just the Lady Mustangs just not making their shots and taking unnecessary shots as well. So, I mean, they just got to come back out and try and, you know, get back in this game. And if they can be perfect and try and make a comeback out of this, it'd be something to see.
Monica Whiting at the free throw line. Again, she struggled. 2 of 7 from the line for her tonight. But again, after this game, don't tune out because we will have SMSU men's basketball action. They'll be taking on the men Golden Bears. As Whiting nails that first free throw. Now giving her, putting her in double figures with 10, and now 11 points for Whiting. Still under her season average, but with a 24-point lead for the Golden Bears, I wouldn't imagine that she'll be in the game for too much longer. Sodhoff with the ball. Now over to Nagel, now to Dusky. The Mustangs pretty much stuck trying to work the ball around the perimeter. Now Holloman drives in, and a basket and the foul.
Basket by Bree Holloman.
Oh boy, that might be just too little, too late. Amisha Carney called for the foul, her second personal.
Holloman at the line, shooting 1.
Holloman now with 10 points on the night. Make that 11 as the deficit cut down to 21 points. But the Mustangs need to start forcing some turnovers here. Hansen trying to drive, but instead a dangerous skip pass over to Carney. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now it's Hansen again with the ball. Hansen with a deep 2. That one way off. Didn't even touch the rim. And almost a nice save. And now Whiting tried to put it up, but a shot clock violation. It was kind of a crazy series of bad shots and passes. And so the Mustangs still with some life. But they might want to start maybe pushing the tempo a little bit. Down 21 with 3:42 left. Dusky putting up a deep 2, and that one, again, another ugly shot. But Watts making a smart play, throwing the ball out of bounds off a Golden Bear player. But boy, Matt, we've seen a lot of ugly-looking shots here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of them. I mean, we haven't seen really Emily Dusky take that kind of shot before while broadcasting these games. So, yeah, really, I mean, weird shot selections here today for the Lady Mustangs.
Watts got fouled before she was able to dish it off. So now Jesse Watts going to the line for the Mustangs. SMSU shooting 90.9% from the line tonight. Pretty much the only place they've had success shooting so far in this game, but not there. And it stays at a 21-point deficit, 3.5 to play. Olenek over to Carney, now to Hansen. Olenek over to Whiting. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Now Wolenek trying to drive, passes it off, but a shot clock violation. No, they're going to say she got the shot off. And a jump ball going to be called. And it's going to stay right here with the Golden Bears. But again, not that a shot clock violation would really hurt at this point. With a 21-point lead. I mean, a shot clock violation might actually, in a weird way, be beneficial because you take 30 seconds off the clock. The inbound pass goes to Harris. Harris to Carney. Now Whiting with the ball. Whiting trying to drive, finds an opening with a shot, no good. But another offensive rebound by the Golden Bears. At this rate, the Mustangs may not get the ball back if the Golden Bears can keep getting these rebounds. With 7 seconds on the shot clock. Nix with the pass. Harris, her shot no good. Harris gets her own rebound. Shot no good. But she got fouled. And boy, that Matt, that long possession really killed the Mustangs. looked like seemed like the Golden Bears
Southwest
took
Minnesota.
a minute and a half just in that possession alone off the clock.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, Lady Mustangs got to get those rebounds. I mean, they've been out-rebounded 48 to 33. Something you don't want, something you gotta, improve on, because Lady Mustangs' next game is against Minnesota State Mankato. That's another team that's looking their way to get far in that NCAA tournament.
So 62 to 40 lead, and the timeout was called.
Take a 30-second
And a 30-second timeout with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. But Matt, like we said, not a good night at all for the Mustangs. Again, that's kind of a similar score as the last game. The Mustangs lost 2 weeks ago at Concordia St. Paul, 64 to 42. So kind of looking at the same situation here, almost the same score at this point, but still, like we said, with 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, definitely, Michael. I mean, you look at it, and it's just a game where you just can't make. I mean, the Lady Mustangs cannot make their shots, and you just got to shake it off. And they didn't really have a good field goal percentage as well in the other game. I mean, they're 35% from the field in the game last time they played on February 8th. So, Lady Mustangs definitely not shooting well again here.
And another jump ball, but this time it will stay with the Mustangs, as Dusky couldn't handle that pass from Holloman.
Where's the empty block? Force away from the empty block.
Now it's going to be Holloman to inbound the ball for the Mustangs. Pass into Nagel.
Traveled.
Now Watts with the ball. Over to Nagel. Nagel puts up a three. No good. And Nagel 0 for 4 from three-point range tonight. Now the Golden Bears have a chance to take off some more clock. Hansen over to Carney. Now Harris over to Hansen. 8 seconds on the shot clock. As Harris drives, nice pass to Nix, and Nix with the basket. 6 points now for Keonda Nix. And back up to a 24-point lead for the Golden Bears. 1 minute and a half remaining. Dusky gets the pass on the inside. She puts up the shot. And Dusky now with 4 points. Back down to a 22-point deficit. It's Harris driving wide open. A lot of the Mustangs still in the backcourt, getting beat by the press. And Coach Fessler bringing in some of the backups that don't really get a lot of playing time. Getting them some late game experience. As Vanessa Rush bringing it up for the Mustangs. Rush passes it back. And now Watts pass to Nagel. Nagel goes up. Now it's Emily Dusky with the ball. Now to Watts. Back inside to Nagel. She puts it up. Shot no good. A rebound by Jones. And Jones with a nice kick out. And that shot no good. That was Jordan Dudley. Now it's Vanessa Rush bringing it back for the Mustangs. And a foul going to be called on Jones, I believe. Yeah, Shea Jones called for the foul.
Number 5, Miss Ayla Jones, her second personal foul.
Her second
Team
personal.
foul of the half. Vanessa Rush at the line, shooting 2.
Press break. You, Diamond, and Shea. All right, put Jordan on 40.
And Vanessa Rush at the line. First free throw is in. Hannah Beeler coming in for the Mustangs. And Diamond Lane coming in for the Golden Bears. (66 to 43), 35 seconds left. And the end is all but certain now. As Rush makes both free throws, but it's just too little too late. As Jones over to Lane. Lane putting up a three. That one way off. And Vanessa Rush pushing it back down court. Pass to Beeler. She actually loses the ball out of bounds, but it will stay with the Mustangs. Sodhoff to inbound the ball. Gets it into Beeler. Beeler now trying to get it inside. Again, getting double teamed. Ball once again goes out of bounds, but it will stay with the Mustangs. But Matt, it looks like the Mustangs are going to drop another conference game.
Yep, definitely. I mean, what can you do? I mean, the Lady Mustangs just couldn't make their shots tonight. Then the Concordia Golden Bears just, I mean, they shot the ball well. And they just found ways to win, and they had at least 30 points in the paint, 13 second chance points. So, I mean, Lady Mustangs have got to figure it out for next game because Minnesota State is good, is almost, I mean, pretty much almost as good a team or even better than the Concordia Golden Bears.
So that's how the game ends. Concordia St. Paul with a 66-44 victory. And we are going to take a little bit of a break. When we come back, we will wrap up this game with the stats and preview a little bit of the men's game. So we're going to take a 60-second break, but stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.
At Southwest Minnesota State University, our students come first. It's a commitment you can see in our new Regional Events Center, Residence Hall, Student Center, and Science Lab renovation. We've invested over $80 million in the past decade for top-notch facilities, and we're not stopping there. Southwest Minnesota State University, it's where you belong. At Southwest Minnesota State University, our students come first. It's a commitment you can see in our new Regional Events Center, Residence Hall, Student Center, and Science Lab renovation. We've invested over $80 million in the past decade for top-notch facilities, and we're not stopping there. Southwest Minnesota State University, it's where you belong.
Welcome back, everybody, to the RA facility where the Lady Mustangs fall in a tough game to Concordia St. Paul, 66-44. Michael Sterling with Matt Callahan here, and Matt, like we mentioned, the Mustangs just really haven't been able to, weren't able to get anywhere, especially on offense. Why don't you take a look at the stats and tell us what made the difference here in tonight's game?
Well, we've been saying this the whole game, Michael, and we'll just give you a quick refresher here. But the Lady Mustangs from the field were 15 of 60, 25% from the field. They couldn't make almost all their shots. I mean, and there were some ill-advised shots. And Concordia St. Paul, you got to give credit to them too because they didn't shoot very well from the field as well. 24 of 59 of 40%. They probably want to up that percentage. But they found ways to get it into the paint, get some offensive rebounds, which they had 17 of those, 51 total rebounds to 36 total rebounds. I mean, they outplayed the Lady Mustangs, and they caused some turnovers. Second chance points were a factor, 13-6 in that department. But looks like the Lady Mustangs need to make some adjustments before tomorrow because nationally ranked number 22 Minnesota State Mankato is coming to town tomorrow. They got to be on their A game for that. They just got to make adjustments and move on to the next one.
Absolutely. So Concordia St. Paul improves to 20-8 overall, 15-6 in conference play, staying right up there in the NSIC South Division. The Mustangs fall to 4-21 overall, 2-19 in conference play, still in the cellar in the NSIC South. Coming up next for each team, as Matt mentioned, the Mustangs will be hosting number 21 Minnesota State tomorrow night, tip-off scheduled for 5 p.m. And for the Golden Bears, they will be going to Sioux Falls to take on the Sioux Falls Cougars tomorrow with tip scheduled for 4 p.m. So that'll do it for tonight's coverage of SMSU women's basketball. But stay tuned because coming up, about 18 minutes away, we'll have pregame and game time for SMSU men's basketball. They're looking for a victory, taking on the Concordia St. Paul men. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, get ready for that pregame. But when we come back, we will have SMSU, the pregame for SMSU men's basketball. So stay tuned. You're watching Mustang basketball right here on KSSU TV.